C. Wright was an African-American cancer researcher and surgeon who played a critical role in the development of chemotherapy. Born on November 30th, 1919 in New York City, she was the daughter of Louis Tompkin Wright, a prominent African-American surgeon. Her family encouraged her interest in science and medicine. She pursued her education at Smith College, where she earned her bachelor's degree in 1942. Then she attended New York Medical College, obtaining her medical degree in 1945. She became a surgeon specializing in cancer research and treatment. As an African American woman in the mid 20th century, Jane C. Wright faced significant obstacles throughout her career, primarily related to her gender and race, given the social norms and challenges of the time. In the mid 20th century, gender roles were often deeply integrated, and women, particularly in the field of medicine, faced discrimination. Wright pursued a career in surgery during a time when it was uncommon for a woman to hold such roles. Being an African American woman in a predominantly white and male dominated field, Wright faced systemic racism. She navigated through a medical establishment where opportunities for minorities were limited, and she had to overcome racial biases and prejudices. Institutionalized discrimination meant that opportunities for career advancement were often limited for women and minorities. Access to funding and laboratories and other such resources were often challenging for women and minorities. Race, Wright faced skepticism and resistance for some in the medical community regarding the use of chemotherapy. During the early stages of her work, chemotherapy was a controversial and experimental approach to cancer treatment, and convincing others of its potential required overcoming entrenched beliefs. Wright was inspired by her father's commitment to medicine and his groundbreaking work. She was also motivated by the desire to make a difference in cancer treatment. Her passion for finding innovative solutions to cancer led her to explore chemotherapy. Wright believed in its potential of using chemicals to treat cancer, and her work laid the foundation of the development of chemotherapy as a standard cancer treatment. Wright made several groundbreaking contributions to the field of oncology, particularly in the development and application of chemotherapy. Wright contributed extensive research on the use of chemotherapy agents to treat cancer. She was a trailblazer in exploring the potential of chemicals to combat cancer cells, laying the foundation of chemotherapy as a standard cancer treatment. Wright was an advocate for combination chemotherapy, the use of multiple drugs in the treatment of cancer. She believed that a combination of drugs could be more effective than a single agent approach. As director of cancer research at at Harlem Hospital, Wright introduced the use of new drugs and treatment regimens, contributing to advancements in cancer care. Wright played a key role in the establishment of the American Society of Clinical Oncology, or the ASCO, an organization dedicated to advancing the field of clinical oncology. ASCO has become a leading authority in cancer research, education, and patient care. Wright served as the first woman president of the New York Cancer Society and was a professor of surgery at the New York Medical College. Her leadership paved the way for more women and minorities in prominent roles within the medical community. Wright also advocated for increased diversity in the medical field. Her achievements in leadership positions served as an inspiration for aspiring women and minority healthcare professionals, encouraging greater representation and equal opportunities. This is some of Wright's research. Wright was interested in testing human tissue samples before using drugs to see if the cells would respond in a way that proved what drugs would work best for the patient. So this is some cells before the use of chemotherapy and drugs, and this is the cells after. Wright was using the tissue samples of humans to test chemotherapy along with other agents. So, the method of using tissue cultures to test the effectiveness of chemotherapy agents gives researchers a stepping point before going to clinical trials with patients. The development of chemotherapies is extremely important as a way to treat cancer beyond traditional methods of radiation and surgery. Chemotherapy kills cells that make tumors when these other methods may not be effective by themselves or even possible. Chemotherapy has saved many lives since its development. Wright inspires me because she was a woman in a time a woman in the medical field in a time when that was not common. I personally want to go into the medical field, and Wright has paved the way for me to be able to do that. Also, both of my grandfathers suffered from cancer, and without chemotherapy treatment and without the use of using multiple cancer drugs at the same time, they would not have made it. So, thanks to Wright and her achievements and research, both of my grandfathers have been able to live on and were able to see me graduate from high school and hopefully see me graduate from college. Anyway, thank you so much.